Join me as I prepare this delicious butternut squash soup. Starting off by peeling your squash, cutting off both of the ends. Then we're going to hold firmly and peel in downwards position. Peel the end corners last because it has to peel in a curved position, as you can see. So it is nicely peeled. Starting off by cutting the bottom bump first to take out the seeds. Using that same bottom bump, cut it in half and carve out the seeds using a spoon. So we're just measuring the squash to see how much we got so we know what we're working with. For the puree, I always cut the squash bigger than the chunks for the soup. We want to get 1.016 pounds for the chunks. We're now cutting for the soup and we want to get 0.872 pounds. This is the size you want your squash to be for the soup. We have our chopped onions ready, fresh basil, fresh thyme, and the chopped butternut squash. Adding 2 teaspoons of avocado oil, onions, basil, thyme, and I forgot to mention 4 cloves. We want to mix that together and let that simmer for about a minute. So we're going to put our lid on. And then we're going to add in 4 cups of water along with the baked chunks for the butternut squash. Then we're going to mix that together and we're going to time that for 10 minutes on medium heat. Or once the toothpick goes through the squash, it is ready to puree. Make sure your stove isn't too high so the water doesn't boil out too quick. Now if you have an immersion blender, all you gotta do is put the blender in the pot and blend the squash. But for me, mine's messed up, so I gotta puree in the food processor. Thank you for your patience. So add your squash to puree and puree until smooth. And while that is blending, you want to add 2 ounces of water for smooth blending. So we want it as smooth as possible, so this is how it should look. I'm just adding the puree mixture to the pot. Next, you want to smooth it out using your spoon if you're doing it my way. Remember, if you have an immersion blender, all you gotta do is blend and add your small chunks to the squash. So yeah, let's add your small chunks to the pureed squash. And we're gonna mix that together. But I honestly thought I needed to make a roux for this, but as you can see, the soup is perfect. For seasonings, 1 teaspoon of sea salt and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. After that, we're going to mix again and we're going to time it for another 10 minutes on low heat. So guys, this 10 minutes is going to develop the thickness, the texture for this soup. So it's very important for it to be simmering for the 10 minutes. If I had fresh oregano, I would have used it, but I only had it in the dry form and I wanted color for my soup. That's why I use fresh basil, so expect if you use dry herbs, your soup will look darker. This is the final look, guys. No thickener at all. If you want, you can add a little bit more water, but I like thick soup, so that's why it looks like this. As you can see, I'm just plating the soup. Adding basil as a garnish, and of course adding some cayenne pepper. Check out my other alkaline recipe videos. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos.